Y'all know what it is.
Yo, this is
The Status Report.
Come and get it from the source.
It's time to go, tryna take time back. Crossing timing zones, come press your lips on me.
Yeah.
LSD got me feeling empathy.
Yeah.
One for out to mind chemically.
Now that feel this set down. Anyway, welcome to the Status Report. I am Stat. You know what I'm saying? What episode is this?
4.
Is it 4? No, it's not 4.
It is 4.
Is it 4?
5?
No, it's 4.
We don't fucking know.
This is episode 4.
Just keep up.
You know what I mean? Shit. I need y'all to help me.
No, not you. I was talking to the audience. Just watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Shit.
I fuck with that. Or listen, whatever you do. Feels interested. Anyway,
Get your hose off.
to the left of me, I have the lovely, my homie, you know, my sister.
He's gonna be salty as fuck.
Christina
That was
Dina.
not nobody. That was my homeboy.
Christina Dina, how you doing?
Hey.
How you doing, Christina?
Hey, Phil Bill.
Why ain't even introduce him yet?
Phil Bill.
Oh, my bad.
Gotta
Can we run
wait.
that back?
Why'd it have to
we
be
can't
Bill?
run nothing back.
Can we get the rewind sound? Do we have that?
Y'all know what it is.
The Status Report.
Christina in the building.
Christina live in the Black House. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And we got my dog. You know what I mean? Phil with the pineapple sweater.
Keeping it consistent.
You know what I mean?
Matching Christina's complexion.
Anyway, we also have the incredible, I say that every week, but she is actually absolutely amazing, Chef Zane. Chef Zane making that plant-based in your face. Please come tell us what you're making for us this evening.
So today, we're taking it to Texas. Got the Smokehouse vegan brisket sandwiches. Got some tater tots.
Tell them what that brisket made of, because they're going to think it's meat, but break that down. Break that brisket down.
Break it down.
So it's something called jackfruit. So when you cook it down a special way, it turns into a brisket type texture. It's delicious.
I'm ready.
Yeah, she takes it to another level, and I you know, I haven't really like kind of like gone there with the like just kind of like putting, you know, making people eat a certain kind of way, or saying a lot about that, but it's really super important. And you know what I want to really stress, and not, you know, all seriousness, is, you know, I want people really to, one thing I want them to take from this is that your health is very important. What you put inside your body is like super important. You know what I'm saying?
You can't buy health.
Exactly.
You
And you know,
really can't.
you have a lot of people, you know, I see news. I don't really watch a lot of news, but when I do see the news and I look at the people on TV that's trying to convince people that, I guess, our so-called leaders, a lot of these motherfuckers look like shit, you know what I mean? Like they're fat, nasty. It's clear that they don't really take care of themselves.
Right.
And it's like, it all starts at the table. You know what I'm saying? If you have no discipline with what you put in your body, you don't have discipline in any other aspect of your life.
That's a fact.
And if you don't care enough about yourself to eat, you can eat good food, but still like enjoy good food and not fucking look like a fucking, you know, a whale. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, I'm not.
Eat to fuel your body.
Yeah, I mean, and
keep you going.
and I ain't fat shaming. That's what you want to call it. I'm
We just
saying,
trying to help y'all out. That's
it's
all we
no
trying to
way
do.
you can walk around with that shit and live till you like 70, 80 years old. And if that's not what you want to do, then that's fine. But if you're trying to live, you know, a long life, and
But how long is too long though? Like, do you really want from 80 to 90, for example?
Watch this. How long? When's your first recollection of life? When you like remember? 4. Okay, cool. So 4 years old. Let's say you 75, right? If you live till you 75 years old, technically, if you sleep 6 to 8 hours a night, you're gonna sleep for 25 years of the 75. Okay, so that makes you 50
That's
years.
bad math, by the way, but that's okay.
But that's what it is, basically. Right? It's, I mean, in a nutshell, like 25 years. We're rounding here, right? So you got 50 years of life, right? No, I'm just being real.
Right.
50 years of life. Then you remember when you was 4, okay? So let's subtract the 4 that was before that. That's 46 years, right? That you remember. You understand? You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Of that 46 years, if it's not a super high moment or a super low moment, most times we don't remember. Like, whatever today's day is right now, we don't remember what we were doing in 2013 on this same date unless it's somebody's birthday or whatever. For the most part, we remember maybe where we were living, but we don't remember the exact events, right?
Right.
So what I'm trying to say to you is when you say is 75 too long, in actuality it's not, because we only remember probably like half of our life. So you're talking about we only remember maybe 20 years. If you just sat down and documented like day by day by day by day, you only remember like 20 years.
I hear you, but I just see what
I don't think I
75.
wanna be here that long.
I see what 75 to 85 looks like when people are getting
I want a good
bedpans and
quality of
diapers
life.
changed. Like I don't want that. Like
Right. If the quality of life is just changing and it's just going down and down and down.
But it all
I'll be
starts
done
with
it.
what we put in our bodies.
And that's a fact. That's how we prolong it.
Yeah.
all right, let's get into some of these topics, guys.
Okay.
Look at the Segway champion of the world. Pineapple juice is loose.
I mean, I know you were.
Pineapple juice is loose. He's the white OJ without the butcher knife.
So there's this Kanye West lyric, "Is love cursed by monogamy?" What do you guys think about that?
No.
That's some big ass words. I went to college, but break that down. I know what monogamy was. That like not cheating. So if you're saying like,
Oh, that's
I'm
sad.
so smart and ignorant at the same time. So you're saying is love cursed by what? Being in a relationship?
No.
Being in love?
Basically, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's cursed, but there are people who believe that shit.
What? Being faithful
Well,
is
no. I
cursing
think
love?
what they're saying is love cursed? Like, can you love somebody
And
so
be with
much that
most-
you can let them be with other people if that's what makes them happy, or is the premise, the assumption that people can be with one person flawed inherently?
Great fucking question. My thing is, we don't possess
So much for
people.
pre-production.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
We
I
don't
can just wing
possess
it.
people. We shouldn't.
Smart ass nigga.
We shouldn't.
Okay, I'm sorry, Christine. I'm just
No,
baffled
no,
by
no,
the
no.
smartness of the
Because
question.
I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, like we don't possess people. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just feel like
Yeah, but you do. That's bullshit. Because if you're
no, you don't.
No, but you do.
You
No,
don't.
you try to.
You try to, because if you expect
you
for your
shouldn't.
boyfriend to be faithful to you, even though he doesn't want to be, but you
Then you
and-
shouldn't be with that person.
What do you mean? You don't
He
want...
just said if you want to possess that person and you want to be with them, but they don't want to
Yeah,
be.
your expectation is that he should only want to be with you.
Yes.
And if he doesn't, then we shouldn't be together.
But it's still a possession.
it's not
That means it's a
possession.
zero-sum game for you. That means either like he has to abide by your rules,
It's
or he's
not
got to hit
about
the highway.
abiding- No, it's not about abiding
Phil.
by my rules.
Women with mustaches do not play.
I mean, this joke is getting so old.
Listen, you know, I mean, you know what you can do about it to
Take
make
the
it
hat
go away.
off.
No, take the stash off.
No, take the hat.
Oh, George Jefferson.
Hey, listen.
No, I'm not taking the stash off because I don't care.
Hey, let me tell you something. Michael Jordan made my shit acceptable. I just rock hats because I'm promoting the fake work. It's a management company, baby.
I feel you. I respect it.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm taking a stand.
I'm not taking my mustache
some
off.
real
It's
shit.
fine.
Hey, yo,
This is fine.
Oh,
Everything is fine.
No.
Stat. Can we please put the hat back on? I can't focus.
No, listen.
Also, I was talking and y'all be
I
on
want to say
per
something.
usual. Can I
I
get a
want to
pickle?
say one thing.
You look like a Cajun milk dud. Like you need to put that shit away immediately.
It don't even look that bad.
It looks. You're being generous.
No, I mean, it's nothing wrong with bald.
Let me
That's not
let me
bald,
break
that's
something down. Listen.
That's what?
No, wait.
He's in a recession.
Look at his hands.
What about him?
Look at his face. Two different people.
We can never stay on topic.
It's like his hands and face go to two different churches and shit.
It's the sun. It's the sun.
His
Are you
face
in
is
the sun
Muslim.
often? Are you in the sun often?
No.
Don't try to hide your
No,
hands.
look at him.
You put your goddamn hands up here.
His face is Muslim. His hands is Jewish.
I'll try not to laugh at that. I'll try not to laugh at that.
Getting back to the
No, but
topic.
let me talk about it. For
Rock. Sorry.
Okay, so look, I think it's.
No, but stat. So monogamy. Do you think that men do women do monogamy better than men?
Yes. Oh, my bad. He was talking to you.
I think women are just better at cheating and getting away with it than men.
I think at this current, that's a great point. At this point in life, yes, we are better from. I mean, you're gonna learn from all the mistakes you see that dumbass motherfuckers are making.
that shit breaks my heart.
So,
Man.
It's just like, okay, cool. Now
Like-
I know what
No,
to do
for
and
real.
what not to do.
It breaks my heart that fucking women have stooped down to our fucking pathetic ass level.
I'm not saying I do it. I've done it before, but I'm not gonna say that
Nah, it
I do
breaks
it.
my
And
heart.
I don't even know a lot of women who cheat. For
I
real.
expect so much more from you guys.
You really?
How dare you? You are the epicenter of fucking life. You are the beginning, okay? You
Set a
can't
better
do
fucking
that.
example.
Set a fucking example for the children. You give birth for Christ's sake. Fuck.
Do you think men or women are better at it?
Women are better at
Women
it,
are
of course.
way better.
What are you talking about?
He asked. I want to know his point of view.
I'm sure. I probably every girl I probably dealt with didn't cheat on me. My dumb ass just don't even fucking know.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Hey,
but
baby, like dick all on their fucking cheek, all kind of shit going on. I have no fucking clue, cause you know what's crazy? When I'm with somebody and I'm with them, I don't really be like, I feel
Wondering
like, yeah,
what the fuck they
I
doing.
don't be doing that.
So you
like,
trust everybody you've been with?
Yeah,
I
don't
believe you should trust the people that you with, and if you can't, then get the fuck out.
Yeah,
of
what you doing? Like what is
And
you?
I know that's easier said than done, but fuck all that.
Man, it's so much. And then, like I think I said it before on here. Like, you want to find some shit out, but then you ain't gonna leave him alone.
Right.
How you gonna do that to me?
That's the thing.
How you gonna do that to
Now, I
me? You gonna
respect
suck
that.
his dick, right? You gonna fuck with him, right? But you gonna do that. You gonna do that to me, right? You gonna do, and then you gonna
Still
be
be with
like,
him.
I love you. Like,
Yeah,
bitch,
fuck
I'm
all that.
out. Like, fuck all that.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's what I agree with. That's
man.
what I motherfucking agree with. Fuck all that arguing shit.
When I get my hat off, I get the
Doing all that.
bucket. Don't boy get your hat off now.
You gotta be cutthroat with the cut off. If that motherfucker doing you wrong, cut them the fuck off.
that sounds good, but are you really ready to
No,
do
I'm
that?
dead
though?
serious.
Biological clock is a ticking.
Cut off is mean. Like it's like
No, but that's what it is, though.
Part ways with people who
Breakups-
are doing you
breakups
fucked
are like-
up. Whether it be a job, whether it be a friend, whether it be a fucking family member, whether it be a significant other, whoever the fuck is doing you wrong, cut them the fuck off.
I agree with that. You
Yeah,
ain't
but
gonna
there's
hear
other
nothing
stuff
from me.
that comes into like gender specific roles.
What
for
I'm
example,
saying,
right?
when I say cut off, I'm not saying, oh, you fucked me over today, I have to cut you off. Like, if you feel like it's worth trying to work through it and you believe that person may have just made a slip up and fucked up, people fuck up.
All right,
Real
well,
niggas fuck up.
Christina.
But if that shit is repeatedly happening or they constantly disrespecting you, cheating on
But
you, whatever,
repeatedly, like that's the
fuck that.
Why is it repeatedly?
Because you allowing it.
People don't learn. You have to
Fuck
make
that.
people accountable for shit. When I
Phil
fucked
got
up,
a
when
good
I was,
question brewing. Woo!
when I was a kid and I fucked up, my mom
Write it down.
disciplined me then. Like it wasn't no wait. If I did it again, no doing it again.
Right.
You learn the first time. You grown. You know you ain't supposed to be doing that.
Right.
Yeah, it
You
goes back
do
to
it.
that fear of
Now
loss.
I'm just saying, like, if it's something like, I don't know, cheating, that's obviously you getting a second chance, this is happening repeatedly, that's your own dumb ass fault because you allowing this shit to happen. But if it's something that might be maybe just a habit, like, I don't know, fucking cursing or you feeling like disrespected and y'all don't see eye to eye on what that disrespect level is, then that might take a little bit more time because that is something that you've just done for your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mouth is your mouth at this point. It will take you to really love somebody and be like, you know what, I'm gonna work on this. So that might take a little bit more time before that person is just like, you know what, fuck you.
So, and you would stick around for that?
No, it depends on what it is.
I'm not
I
changing.
wouldn't.
How about this? Let's put it. I'm not changing me for nobody right now.
Exactly.
Fuck 'em.
I mean, I agree with you.
I ain't switching
You
my
have
shit
to-
up. Nobody.
You have to understand that it's somebody out there for you. You know what I mean? Like somebody like my dad. My dad he talks a lot like how you talk. Like, I don't give a fuck. This is what it is, and I don't give a fuck. And it
My
took
type
him
of
to
people.
find, his wife knows how to deal with him, and they are compatible for each other, and they work together. She don't take shit to heart, and that's not to say he disrespect her, because he doesn't. But you just have to find your person. People be so fucking scared of not finding their people, whether it be a friend or a job or, like I said, whatever it is, that they settle and fuck settling.
But see, this another thing too that I think people do. I think people put themselves in positions or situations with other people that they're not ready for, and then you end up ruining something that could
Could've been.
this person that could be in your life for an eternity or for your lifetime that could really be there for you. But you guys put your shit in a situation where y'all together, and it might not mean you guys are supposed to be together like that. It might just mean you guys are supposed to be cool. You
Right.
put all this pressure on it.
But Christina, I mean, you're saying that you're not willing to settle, right? So, like, what role does the ideal man play in your life, though? Like when you think about your perfect mate, like, what does that look like?
a barber.
I'm not answering that.
No.
the owner of European Wax.
Oh, that's my boo. He man in Supercuts.
Do y'all got a Capital Cuts in Atlanta?
No, what is that?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just saw
Capital
that shit was
Cut?
everywhere.
Where's Capital Cut?
They got this shit in Virginia.
For real? What kind of shit is that?
Capital Cut.
Virginia
Just like a
country than
barbershop.
a motherfucker too. You wouldn't even think it's like that. They country is shit. Y'all like teetering on the line of like East Coast, New York.
No, but you're
Virginia.
thinking
That was a social media question.
dude,
Where's
you and I are
Virginia?
thinking Northern Virginia, which is like DC. That's
Yeah.
like a whole other thing.
But that West Virginia shit, them
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
That's
hey,
a whole
man,
nother-
hey, man,
That's another state, though, Stat.
them motherfuckers is country. Well, my bad.
Yeah.
You're right. It is.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but still.
Anyway, get us back on task.
Right.
Sorry.
So your ideal mate, like the guy that you would settle for.
Why? If it's my ideal mate, I'm not settling.
Well, I mean,
What is he?
What does he look like? And not look like, but like, what does he bring to the table? Like, what's his role in your life?
Stability, security, trust,
Money.
transparency.
Money.
Well, guys, Christina's a whore. You slutty bitch. Pay me. Don't be scared to break bread.
That is not true.
Pay to play.
First of all, that's not even what I
Jesus Christ.
said. That's not even what I said.
Security, money, stability, money.
No, I didn't say it.
A good job, money.
I didn't even say that.
What'd you say?
that too. But shit. No, like and somebody that you can communicate with.
Somebody can pay the rent on the.
Now she's trying to clean it up, bro.
No, I wasn't done, bitch ass niggas. Damn.
Technically, Phil's not
She's a little angry.
I've been calling them that, but we're gonna get to technicalities. You're out of line.
Stop. Damn. No, I'm serious.
He can't deal with me,
Communicate.
my baby hair, my lashes, or my mustache. I'm not
That's a
fucking with him.
fact too. That's a motherfucking fact. You gotta be able to deal with my mouth. The fact that I got a smart ass mouth.
Yeah, you
can't
wanna-
be taking offense to that
you
shit.
a passive man.
No.
She get you like
No, I tried that
wrong
shit.
with
That
Phil.
shit don't fucking count.
For real?
Shut up.
What about a white boy?
No.
Really?
And what the fuck is this?
I'm just asking.
fucking-
Have you dated a white man before?
No.
Really?
I went on one date with one white man.
You never
And
fucked
it
a
was
white
over.
girl?
No.
Wow, you should try that.
No, I don't like the way their dick look.
You half white. What do you mean?
Self-hate. It's
Your mama
self-hate.
like real white. Why
It
self
doesn't
hate?
matter.
No,
You
she's
said
not real white.
self-hate.
She's
I didn't say
Italian.
that.
She's Italian. She's not real
How
white.
you gonna say you don't like Chinese food and you never tried the rice?
So that mean I still got a fucking Chinese person, a white person, a
Sounds like a plan to me, man.
No, motherfucker, I'm good. on
Why?
that. Have you fucked all these different
Yes, every last one of them. Buffet pussy. I've been around the world.
All right, next topic.
I'm
Damn,
saying.
what were we even
No, the
saying?
topic here is why aren't you dating outside your race? Do you have a problem, sister? Fight the power. Negro, my African princess. Do you have a problem, queen? Talk to me. Like, is that an
No,
issue?
I'm just not interested.
You don't want to do it because I'm so black. It's like I'm confronting you with these issues.
No, fuck that. First of all, I'm not saying I wouldn't date a white guy. I'm just saying at this point in time, like,
What about a Mexican?
no, I mean I don't know.
What about an Asian man?
Like,
No, I'm
I'm
saying.
not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying
Not for it.
I haven't
You don't even.
That
You
one
don't,
time I went
you
on
don't
that date with
open
that
your
one.
eyes up to
No,
it.
no. She's trying to clean that up, but she just said she
Yeah.
doesn't like how the dicks look in porno movies.
I don't. That shit look weird. Phil, show us your dick real quick.
Come here.
Well, sounds like I'm about to leave the show.
Show everybody your dick so they can see. If y'all ain't never looked in the
The status
category,
report has been canceled. It's no more stat. If Phil pulls his dick out, I'm telling you that now. I'm taking me and my lyrical lemonade in my hat up out of this bitch. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying. Y'all want me to pull it up so y'all can see, not
No,
his
I don't
dick.
want to see that. What
I'm
is
just
wrong with
saying
you?
because that shit don't look. I don't like the way it look.
I don't want to get into details about.
I know now you don't want me to get into details.
I'm saying you.
Back to what I was saying,
But I'm saying, how
communication.
mature is that though?
What?
How mature is that?
Are you serious? You just fondled your invisible clitoris the last episode, nigga? What is you talking about? How mature is that? You was just over here talking about fuck are you talking about? How
Stanley
mature is
Benton, the
that?
maturity police.
Listen, I'm not
not respecting that from you.
All I was doing is emulating.
What was you saying?
All I'm doing is
Guitar Hero, cut it out.
I'm emulating what the ladies do when they're alone by themselves. You know, that's what it goes, how it goes down. And I'm saying to you,
hot tea on
how
set?
mature is that?
he's sticking with it.
How mature is that you won't
The
give?
fact that he circled back to it, I thought we was done.
That you won't give other races an opportunity.
I didn't say that. You asked me.
No, you
have
did say
I
that.
ever?
You definitely said
I
that.
did.
How could you say that when Phil's sitting to the left of you? He's fucking white. And he's my friend.
Deeply hurt. Deeply hurt.
Shut the fuck up.
No, but I'm saying though, because you know it's crazy to me? Like, when I was like my last year of high school, I went to the prom with a white girl.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that.
Like my last
In
year.
Georgia?
Yeah, in Georgia. And I remember when we would walk around the
Did she have
mall.
a fatty?
Huh?
Did she have a fat ass?
That mouth.
In high school too?
Right. God damn.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I can't believe she didn't get pregnant because I did not. It was raw, stego, waggle. I was
Also like all the others.
and in her parents' basement. Like
What?
Yes.
You took her virginity?
Hell no, she was a whore. That pussy belonged to the world.
Community pussy.
That shit was a community center where we all met and hung out.
Wait, so did you meet the parents?
Yes, and they was cool. They was super cool. You know, that was one of my first experiences with a white girl, and it was cool. I didn't have a problem with it, and I just noticed when me and her would walk around, we would get like the illest looks from people, and that shit was like not acceptable. But it never stopped me from like
Doing what the fuck you wanted to do.
the fuck I wanted to do because I just believe people should do what they want. And if you don't
they
like
should.
other races, right? I understand that. But I'm talking about it. A lot of women always complain. I hear women complain and girls that I've talked to just randomly that I'm cool with, and they complain they can't find a good man, they doing this. And I feel like if you limit yourself to only certain cultures or certain races, you kind of block a lot of your blessings.
Yeah,
You
but
know
if she's
what
not
I'm
into it physically, then what are you gonna do?
But what happens is you have to allow yourself to meet somebody and talk to somebody.
That's like you saying you don't like girls under fucking, I don't know, like a certain age or
That's 'cause I'm
girls
old-
with
I'm
short
old.
hair.
But
and
I
then I
date-
say, oh, you blocking your blessings.
But
You need to open up your
but I've
options.
dated young women before because I've been young.
Well, no, but Christina, the thing is, like, when we asked you for the criteria for ideal male,
I wasn't even done before y'all got on my ass.
but your top four are related to stability and money, right?
No, they
And so if
weren't.
those are
When
your-
I say
hold on a second, if those are your core criteria,
They're not.
then you should expand the pool. Well, I mean, typically you prioritize stuff based on how you prioritize it, right?
Yeah, but that ain't it all the time.
Well, that's
I
what
mean,
you
it
said
is
first.
important. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not important. I want somebody who it doesn't. And when I say stability, that doesn't mean you need to come in and pay for every fucking
So
obligation
what does
that I
stability
have.
mean? What does
Hey, Phil.
stability mean?
But
When the black
He
woman
about to
starts
say
talking fast and shit, that's when they get mad.
Defensive.
She get mad.
I don't give a fuck. I am defending myself.
Look at her. Look at her.
Shut the fuck up, Stat.
I'm just saying. Them baby hair curling.
No, the
up.
eyebrows and the baby hairs are like,
The baby hair curling. The baby hair curling up. Why? That kitchen knotting up in the back and getting real. She about to fuck us both up in this bitch.
He said, boy, I'm fucking weak.
But let's talk. So on the subject of stability, though, like, what do you guys
I've
have?
been in a situation where that shit was so fucking unstable, and I just told myself I got a fucking child to take care of. If you ain't bringing to the table as much fucking grind as I'm bringing to the table, it don't even have to be necessarily money. I need to see you grinding. I need to see you getting the fuck out here and getting it.
What the fuck is a grind without money?
I'm just saying, like, somebody could be in a bad place. You ain't, like, I ain't gonna sit here in front like I've been where I want to be my whole fucking life. I've been grinding without money. You gotta get there.
Right.
And if you in a bad place and I don't see you doing nothing about it, then bye.
Well, I could see ebbs and flows, but you would date a guy that hasn't really ever
Man, she
had any
stayed with a
success?
dude for a year with bad dick. She'll do whatever. This motherfucker right here.
Talks all this shit.
First of all, wow, y'all really, you know what?
You are the exception.
Somebody stay with your ass with bad dick. It happens.
Who got bad? No. What? Excuse me. First of all, let me break this down about me, okay? I'm not staying in some shit if it ain't working.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
I learned my lesson.
I ain't doing that. It's no way in fuck I'm gonna dedicate like a bunch of years to somebody.
You motherfucking right.
I'm not doing that shit.
I'm not doing that shit either.
Kidding me?
I
Too
learned
much
my
shit.
goddamn
Too many
lesson.
options for everybody. You are blocking that person from being who they're supposed to be. And the mature thing to do, the mature thing to do is to tell them to go and live their life, and you go live yours, and you guys maintain in a grown up relationship so that y'all can be cool, and you guys can like. Y'all probably would be hella close if you do that.
I agree with that.
Instead
100%.
of forcing something
And then end up
romantic.
hating each other.
Exactly.
Because
Stat, what's
that's
the
exactly what happened. I do not like that motherfucker.
Yeah, he don't like you. That
I'm
nigga hit
fucking-
me yesterday. Like, man, why you out on the podcast?
First of all, you're a liar.
do you guys have sort of an approach to like what's the first investment you ever made?
In what?
Just in general, like do you remember what your first investment was? It real estate or like what was the first thing you ever invested in? Because we're talking about stability and money, and so that kind of got me thinking about
Drugs. I'm just playing.
well, no, but honestly, that's actually not.
Jesus Christ. For real.
I mean, one
Actually, you know
of
what?
the smartest people that I know is a childhood, really like close friend of mine, still a friend of mine, and he's been a drug dealer his whole life. And if he had more like formal education or polish, he could literally be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company.
It's crazy. You see how Phil's talking about me, but he doesn't want me to get in trouble. That's my guy.
Knuckles.
Oh my God. Please tell me y'all saw his face when he said knuckles. I really hope we got that on camera. Knuckles.
That was on purpose, Stina.
I know.
No, but you know that's why I don't like the Clintons. Honestly, let's bring it all the way. The reason I don't fuck with them is because the drug laws are so crazy, and a lot of the people that ran these enterprises and these drug enterprises back, and they went to jail for the shit. These motherfuckers are just as savvy in business as some of the people that's heading these Fortune 500
That's a fucking
companies.
fact.
Yeah, they are.
It's no difference, and so
No pickles for me.
But there's no.
Thank
She
you.
gets a.
She's had enough pickle.
She's on strike with
Are y'all
round,
serious?
round things that anything that resemble dick.
No,
Christina
and
don't want.
plus that pickle looks a little light.
Well, she
Can't
commits to
fucking
those.
stand now.
She commits to those. But I'm saying, like it's a bunch of dudes and girls too that's in jail but that could be out here like really like making an impact.
Do you feel like people?
The question is, what's the first thing you invested in? And I think my first investment was candy. Because when I was in school, I used to sell candy in school. It's the
Me
first thing
too.
I used to save all my money from lunch, and then I used to mow lawns. And then my mom would take me to this place called Pace. It's like the equivalent of Sam's Club. And I would buy a bunch of candy, and I would start selling it at school. Then I started getting pencils and pens. I would sell pencils and pens, and I would sell folders, all kind of shit out of my locker. You know what I'm saying? And then out of my desk. I did that, and that's when I realized I was
An entrepreneur.
I realized I was a hustler.
You know what? The reason why I bring it up is, damn, that looks incredible. You should have seen your face.
Yeah, it lit up. I ain't gonna lie. That's called. That's a what you call? That's that brisket. That's that brisket, huh? Ooh, she got that brisket.
But Stat, I think people make a mistake and they assume that there's like there's a barrier to entry. Like you can't invest if you have a little bit of money, right? And
How much money do you think you need? Like what?
Well, I'll give you a concrete example, right? One of my friends invested in a biotech company before they IPO'd it, and he invested $70,000. And
That's a little bit of money?
2.5 years. No. Hear me out. 2.5 years later, you got a check for $8 million. If you would have done $5,000, do the math, right?
So
that's the thing.
where
is
do
like,
you find?
Well, I mean,
As somebody who doesn't know anything about this, where do you say they
public markets, so you can follow your interests. And so, like, what I want to do with my kids now that they're kind of old enough, I want to set up E-Trade accounts for them, and I want them to start. It's almost like playing Monopoly, but with the public markets.
Okay.
I just think it's a good idea to kind of teach kids financial literacy early.
I agree.
And to get them in the habit of saving, because we live in such a consumer culture.
Oh my
that,
God.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get kids to save.
Impossible.
It's so hard to get adults to save.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
This shit busting. I just catch everything.
This sauce is so good.
That's the mayonnaise? Oh, wow.
Well, so you invest a lot, obviously, right? Because I hear you talking about it a lot. What for someone who's never invested, what advice would you give them
To start,
to start?
that's the key.
Oh, just to start.
Just to start, give it a try. And you don't have to start big. I mean, just get a trading account and just get started. It's not difficult. There is no barrier to entry. I think you need like $250 to start an E-Trade account, and just like learn about how the stock market works, and you kind of get a feel for the pulse of the market, right? Mm-hmm. Like you see how current events and news and all that kind of stuff impacts everything,
right?
Like how stocks are priced. So, do you remember being broke?
When I first got some real money, I had no idea about like taxes. No one taught me, or my mother didn't tell me about that. So I thought every dollar I got was that. I thought that was my dollar, right? So what I soon found out, 2 or 3 years, and it's crazy. Like 2 or 3 years down the road, you start getting these letters. You know what I'm saying?
Letters.
And then essentially liens. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so what I learned from that experience and losing all my money, because I transitioned from being an artist to working behind the scenes, I learned so much about taxes. And I learned that when you get money, the majority of the money you get, first of all, is not yours, and the money that is yours is so important to put the majority back. You know what I'm saying? And when Phil talk about investments, I learned that you invest in things that you believe in or things that you use every day. So like me, I eat plant-based food. So I'm gonna invest in Beyond Meat. I invest in Impossible Foods.
Do you think it's wrong to invest in what you think the winner is?
I know.
Do you think you should invest in what you think even if you're not interested, that this is gonna win, or you feel like this is where I need to put my money?
It's just products you believe in. Because I remember I was around when Dre started Beats. Him and Jimmy started Beats, and it was a dude named Che that brought an idea to him to start a sneaker company. He wanted him to do gym clothes and all that type of shit. And Dre didn't really want to do it because even though he went to the gym, it wasn't really his lane. You know what I'm saying? So he decided. Jimmy brought the idea of like, don't do sneakers, do speakers. And so they did the headphones, and that is essentially it made him a shit ton of money. Puff, he's known for partying. What do you do when you go to the club? Right. Ciroc, you drink. That's his shit. Everybody that wins, they win at things that are
their babies.
It's them. It describes their personality. When you think of Dr. Dre, you think about music. Think about the sound. You know what I'm saying? It's a speaker. You think about Michael Jordan. You think about. And you know what I'm saying? It's like,
so if people don't have their thing or they don't know what their thing is.
If you fat, invest in some fucking McDonald's.
So the answer is right in front of your face.
Yeah, it's right there. It's all. If you like Popeyes, if your ass is eating Popeyes every day, it's gonna kill you anyway. You might as well make some money. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying whatever you, if you like build houses, invest in Home Depot. Invest in the things that you fuck with on the daily because you support those things. So
you understand them.
Exactly.
But that's why for me, like, I actually try to follow like market trends in politics and foreign policy and all that stuff so that I can kind of broaden like my understanding of how that influences the stock market, right?
I think you should invest in baby hair gel. Cause you understands that. Cause your shit be laid down. That shit is
okay. All right.
I'm just saying, not clowning you, but I'm saying.
No, I get it.
It's whatever you use. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm gonna look into that.
That's it.
What is a culture vulture?
Man, I
hate the word culture vulture.
I'm so fucking mad at people like
What you mad at? I think there's a difference between basically stealing something and being inspired.
There's no original idea.
There isn't, but there's. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Listen, here's the thing. I think, for instance, like, I forgot the artist's name. Like MAC Makeup. They had this big thing at BeautyCon, which is this annual like festival thing they do with all the makeup products and this, that, and the third, right? Instead of them put that money into that artist's pocket and collaborate with them, bring them on board with their ideas, not steal literally their idea and then make millions off of it.
If it's your idea, right? right? It's your idea, right?
Or it don't even have to be like
if it's your idea and someone comes and takes it from you because you lack the know-how to make the millions of dollars, then whose fault is that?
I don't get it.
If I have a great idea, but
You're taking it.
If I lack the know-how to make it happen, whose fault is that?
Yeah, it's that person's fault.
Exactly. So
but at the same time, they didn't even know that this was going on. If I'm telling you, if you see something on my page,
but that's your fault for not knowing.
You don't know until the day of when they fucking put their whole shit up and it's your whole art.
You gotta know.
If I decide
I think that's an odd argument. Like really, really.
I don't think he's making a point.
You gotta know.
You don't have to know because you want to know. This girl who made this right here, she would not know that I'm creating this and about to make billions off of it just because I'm literally stealing something from her. She's not gonna know until the day she sees it on a billboard.
If you can make millions from it, the person that stole it, guess who else can make millions from it? The person that created it. And the person that created it, if they didn't take advantage of the opportunity to make the millions and somebody else did, whose fault is it?
What I'm saying is you wouldn't know that somebody's stealing your idea.
What are you talking about?
You might be a little bit biased because typically creative people aren't the best business people, right? And the fact that you're creative and business savvy, I think that's kind of rare.
Nothing to do with it.
What I'm saying to you is it's your responsibility to take control of your fucking art.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you created something, you created this fucking idea of, I don't know, like, I don't know, just anything, a painting or a piece of art, a fucking something that's in a museum. And then freaking a record label comes along and they say, oh, we're going to yank this whole thing. You're going to be like, damn, that's my whole shit. Y'all seen this on Instagram?
But that's illegal. They can't yank that because they're going to have to pay you for it.
Yeah, but you're going to have to go through that system. So that's what I'm saying. So what?
It's the system anyway.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is it's wrong to do that is what I'm saying.
Is it wrong
You're
to
saying
do
that
what?
it's not wrong to do that.
No, it's business. And if you don't know business and you don't, it's no wrong in business. Do you understand? No. There's no wrong in business. What it is it's legal and illegal.
Right.
Okay? There's paperwork, there's contracts. Period. Okay. You sign a fucked up contract, you're fucking stupid. That's on you. You have to deal with the consequences of that. That's what you did. If someone comes and takes something from you, your intellectual property, then you go get a fucking lawyer and you lawyer up and do what you're supposed to do.
So you're just saying it is illegal and just to go after them and then problem solve.
Yes, but if you're in a situation where you're not taking full advantage of what you're doing and someone is not legally, you don't own it, right? But you're not taking advantage of it, but somebody else comes and do it, right? Mm-hmm. That's your fault.
What I'm saying is, so you're saying you would do that as a business.
You know Bill Gates, right?
Right.
Stole Steve Jobs' whole shit.
Right.
In the beginning. He said, but Steve Jobs said, I thought of it first. Bill Gates said, well, I put it out first, Steve. I'm
just saying you would do it.
What? Of course. Who gives a fuck?
Okay, would you?
This is business.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So what about the angle of cultural appropriation? Like, for example, like white people making what's theoretically is considered black music, right?
Dog, there's no such thing as white people, black people. It's people music. Okay, I don't want to hear that. Obviously, we know it all. If that's the case, then it's all black people shit. The first people was black. You know what I'm saying? These are fossils. We can go back. They was. Last time I checked, most motherfuckers in Africa is my color. You know what I'm saying? So the first human fossils were found in where? Africa. So we gonna say everything is black? No, it's people music. So of course white people are making money on hip hop. It's the #1 genre. Like what do we think is going on? The fuck are we talking about? But they're also pushing it forward too. We can't complain that they making money on it, but at the same time listening to all the shit. Buying all the shit, buying the tickets, buying the t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't complain then. We singing the lyrics. We ain't complaining then. What the fuck we talking about?
Okay.
So, hey, listen, man. Hey, white people, Mexicans, Asians, I don't give a fuck what you are. Listen to hip-hop, enjoy hip-hop. We love it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just for black people. It
also broadens the platform, right? It brings more money in.
Yes. The more people that fuck with it, the bigger it becomes.
Right.
Well,
so basically, it is just learning how to capitalize off of the shit.
Yes. We have to do a better job
at learning how to capitalize
as artists and especially a lot of the black artists, right, who are creating this shit, our infrastructures have to be set up better so that we can, like she said, capitalize and monetize a lot better on what's going on. Had we could have created Spotify.
Right.
We could have created iTunes. We could have created Apple Music. We could have done that. We didn't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If you were dating an artist and they put out some whack shit, would you tell them?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Just straight like that, this shit is whack. How would you say it? What if they're sensitive?
If a dude is eating your pussy and he biting you down there, would you tell him he biting you?
Yeah.
The same shit. You just gonna let him bite it? You feel that? No, it's the same
I'm not
shit.
saying I wouldn't. I'm just asking.
I didn't see some shit. Yo, I have had the opportunity because I was an artist, and I have performed at some of the worst places on earth. Like literally, it's not a stage. You walk in and it's like you're just in the front of the space. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen artists that were just like awful. And I've seen girls, their girlfriends at the front of that motherfucker, like
Gassing them up.
like really into the shit. Like
Maybe they liked it.
no, bad. No, like bad. Everybody know it's bad. Everybody thinks it's
We know it's bad.
Yeah. And I've seen girls like really supporting their dudes, and this shit is like.
Well, we know Christina doesn't give a fuck because she just sent the whole sandwich back.
That shit was good.
Hold on a second now.
It was good.
I'm full. That's why
If
I
you don't
finished mine.
get this on camera, this little baby bird bite
She
that
didn't
she
like
took
it.
over here.
Yo, but guess what? She's not vegan. First of all, this is a real live like vegan dish.
Yeah.
She's not vegan. You can't expect her to like everything. You know what I'm saying?
I don't dislike it, and I am plant based.
Yes, plant based in your face. You're not plant based. You
Disgrace.
What'd you eat today?
I ain't eat today.
No, before. What you eat yesterday, nigga?
I don't remember. Oh, I had biscuits and gravy today. It was vegan.
From where?
From this vegan spot I know
Where?
of.
You are lying
Fucking
through
lying.
your teeth. Like, if you don't get the fuck out of here,
Your
Christina.
lying ass. Yeah. Why you trying
Shut
to?
up.
You ain't got a lot of kicking, my nigga.
All right.
What you
I be
eat?
trying. I'm
What you-
doing my best.
What's the last?
We just saw all that shit.
When was the last time you ate meat?
She keeps meat in her mouth.
So do you, bitch. I'm so.
Oh my god.
She gets so angry, guys.
I'm an angry breed. I ate meat earlier today when I had biscuits and gravy. They had meat in it.
What kind of meat? Sausage? You ain't gotta be ashamed.
Look.
As long as it's not pink, right?
Right.
What's your favorite like meat dish? Like what do you like? You look like you like some ribs and shit, huh?
I do like ribs.
You like ribs, huh? The whole
Pork or
rib.
beef?
I like ribs.
Pork or beef, huh?
Both. I usually make both when I make ribs.
Ooh, huh? You
so
love that flesh, don't you?
I do sometimes. No, for real.
You love that flesh.
It's like
huh?
I do really, really good sometimes,
You like
and
when
then
that
I
blood,
do
you like
really
when you bite
bad.
it in that blood. You're
Hell, not
Let me-
even
but
ribs, no.
real shit though. What's the difference between eating a pig or a cow? Would you eat a dog leg?
I would no, not willingly.
You wouldn't eat a dog.
Depending on how hungry I am.
Would you eat a rabbit?
Yeah,
Okay, so you'll eat a dog.
rabbit tastes good.
But it's also you don't have relationships with rabbits.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I was raised with dogs. I mean, my sister had a rabbit. Before.
So because
my mom told her a couple
because you
times,
was-
"But get that fucking rabbit out of here if I cook it."
because you was raised with them, that makes you like. Not
You
wanna-
have a soft spot
bond.
for it
It's a
because my
bond.
mom wasn't raised with rabbits. She was raised to have them, kill them, and eat them. So my mom's outlook on that is a little bit different.
You
And
better
I've eaten rabbit.
You better
plenty of
hurry up and
times.
get some dick before you be cooking niggas around here. You've been single for a minute.
Guess what? Stat? Segue time. We need
God
we need a
damn.
story out of you, Stat. We want to hear this little person story of yours.
Oh yeah, what happened with that?
I mean, what? I don't even know what you put me on the spot. That's a terrible segue.
What do you mean?
You're
Roll with
supposed
it.
to say. You're supposed to say, "Hey, do you know anybody that like little people? You're not supposed to be like, yo, this is some ghetto ass shit we got going on in my kitchen. So anyway, Phil was supposed to say, because I was going to tell a story about, I walked in on a homeboy of mine fucking a midget one night. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
What's his name? Jacob.
I'm not going to say the names because this is not, you know.
Well, we know we can bleep the names out, so.
I'm not doing
yeah.
that. I was at, we were at a house. And this was the first time I ever, it's a thing called the volcano. Mm-hmm. You know what that is?
No.
Okay, the volcano is where you, what's that shit? You don't smoke the weed, but it goes up in this, a vaporizer. Yeah.
Oh,
vape.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it goes into the vape, and it's the first time I ever hit it. It's like raw THC. I think that's what they call it, THC. So anyway, I hit the vaporizer thing. So it was a bunch of people at the house. So as I'm sitting down, it's like 9-10 different conversations. And each conversation, I think they talking about me, right? So I go to the first conversation, they not talking about me, right? Mm-hmm. Go to the next one, they not talking to me. So I repeat this shit around the whole room, like 9 different conversations, and none of them was talking about me. So I sit back down, and when I sat back down, they all started talking about me again. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm tripping, right? So I fucking leave, go upstairs in this big ass house, right? Go upstairs, I'm tripping the fuck out. I bust in the room, and one, you know, my homeboy, he's tall, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like basketball player tall?
Man, yeah, like basketball player tall. And he was dog fucking this midget bitch. But she's like is that midget? I can't say midget, excuse me, little person. But she had like the surgery where they had stretched her arms out, like her legs.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, you can get that to make them longer, but you still know it's a midget.
Wow.
Man, he was in there fucking shit.
Was her feet like raised up off the ground? Like
It was crazy because this is not a short dude.
So is he on his knees?
Listen,
How does that work?
He had her up. He
Just
was
basically like.
Yeah, had her up. You know what I mean? With the,
So her feet just dangling.
But barely going to the back of him because she's so little. So it's just like
like a fanny pack.
Exactly. She was like a fanny pack. She looked like a fanny pack. That is incredible.
Wow.
That's exactly what it was. Fanny pack style.
So that's a fanny pack move.
It was a crazy night
Should
for
we call
me.
that something before somebody steals it?
I haven't fucked with the vape. I haven't done vape shit since.
So you was tripping out that day.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Maybe you didn't really see what you thought you saw.
Nah, I seen it. You don't. That shit is tattooed in my mind.
Have you ever fucking did it?
No.
Or a little person? Is that wrong? Like, I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. I don't know the proper thing to say.
Listen, I'm about to go get in the tub. You know what I mean? Soak these feet. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
He ain't got no socks on today, y'all.
I got these toes. I got these Africans.
I know crazy ugly feet.
Don't be looking at my feet like you want to put them in your mouth with your knife.
Ew.
Don't act like you've never sucked. Don't act like you've never sucked on a toe, Christina.
We out. No, I haven't. Let's just be clear on that.
Yo, this is
The status report.
Come and get it from the source.